Sonny, Joey, 500. Got some goats in the building. Get ready for a shakedown.
Prepare for a shakedown. We from Philly where they clap like huddles when they break down. Get ready for a shakedown. We underdogs, my guy. Kinda used to all the hate now. Prepare for it, man. Y'all get it. My QB got swag. My wideout is award winning. This fly was fly. Joey and 500. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Here's a quote you can sing back. Shake squad up and don't be a dingbat. It's a shakedown.
Don't you frown.
Here comes
Shakedown. Let's go.
You been doing Kick Dig back here. Welcome to the Philly Shakedown podcast, the first post-game one of the season. And we're lucky to say, well, maybe lucky had something to do it, but we are 1-0. How about that? Joey Shakes, what is happening, my man?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, you went to Brazil, you faced a really good team tonight, and there's definitely a lot to talk about today because I know there's going to be a split in a lot of areas when it comes to specific players and play and all that great stuff. So, I know it's coming. So,
yep, it's coming. All right.
Pause.
Pause. Timothy, what's up? Jacob, what's going on? Rodney, John, JJ, Lacey Ford, Billy. Thank you guys for being here. Luke Bradshaw, Jeff, James Kemp, Reverend Bebop. What's happening? Marty.
Yes.
Easy is James. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Anybody that I missed, I apologize. Zay Boogie, man, thank you for the super chat, man. So generous of you. He says, could have had 47 points or more if you take away Hurts' costly second interception and kick a field goal in Dean's pick six. Hurts didn't play a bad game, but also not amazing. He will be fine. Packers are a great team. This offense is scary. Yeah, offense has got all sorts of potential. I guess we should start this game off the best way I know how. And that's talking. Thank you so much for that super chat, my man. And thank you, everybody, for joining us right now. But, I mean, what are your thoughts? What are your initial thoughts of how this game kind of began?
Really just, we get, our defense is on the field first, and we're kind of saying, okay, let the defense get their feet wet a little bit. Quinion started on the outside today, so obviously Avonte Max is your backup slot corner. I thought, they did pretty well. I thought they were stopping the run. I saw Jordan Davis getting in the backfield. Defensive line was doing pretty good coverage. Quinion Mitchell, I thought, was really good in this game overall. I think they made their plays where they would make them. It really, they were making stops. Okay. The offense got on the field and we had some. Now I know there's field issues. I know I don't get why we go to places and then, these fields are just complete crap and everybody's sliding and slipping around. That's one of the biggest problems of this game. How much do you put into everything? Because I think it affected both sides for Green Bay and the Eagles. But obviously the two turnovers really in the beginning between the Hurts interception, Barkley slipped in the backfield 5 yards as soon as he pretty much got the ball. So we were down to the 6-yard line. Hurts hucks it down and gets a pick. And then, we had a bad communication snap from Cam Jurgens for a team offensively that, the statistics, over 200 passes, no picks until the last day of training camp. And we get a team offensively that, it just looked a little dry. It just didn't look great in a lot of aspects. I don't even know if it got better, Philly, because we'll talk about this later with Jalen Hurts. And I feel like this year is going to be very different where they have to really keep the read option keepers and the QB draws. I feel like all these teams have this on tape with Jalen Hurts. I feel like if you put the game on the line 100% on Jalen Hurts, it's not going to go in the direction that you want it to go. I feel like he really needs that supporting cast, and not saying he's a bad quarterback at all from one game, but you can't leave him in the backfield all by himself with no safety blanket, no nothing, and put it all on him. I think when he extends plays that the His progression when he extends plays, I feel like I don't know if he dials it in. I don't know if he could do it. It just seems like when he's had time to throw today, there's been a lot of maybe a lot of missed opportunities or really bad decisions coming from him in the passing game when he extends plays as well. So it was a little lopsided on and off today.
I first and foremost want to blame Nick Sirianni because you did not play your starters in the preseason. You did not play these guys, and these guys came out and looked rusty as hell. They look like they hadn't played together at all. You get the first turnover interception, right, where you're backed up in your end zone. Then you come out and you got the mistake between Juergens and Hurts on the snap. Clearly, in that first quarter, they were dealing with rust issues because they hadn't played at all together, at all. And it showed. It looked like this was the first time they were playing. And thank God the defense kept us in it with holding them to 6 points because it easily could have been 14-0, right off the bat. It could have gotten ugly quick. And then I thought they settled down and I thought they got going. And there were times where I thought the offense looked really good. There were times where I thought it looked like last year. Our Gravy David for Super Chat goes, Nolan and Huff are ghosts. Bring back Reddick. Also Hurts better clean it up. But 1-0, baby. Pass rush, major concern. Baun is fantastic. Yeah, we're going to talk about Baun for sure. But to me, it's like there's just some things I'm like, I don't understand what Nick Sirianni. So he looks clueless to me sometimes. Like I just don't understand how he thinks. Sometimes it's like I feel like they're trying to keep certain plays from last year on this in this playbook. And when they do it and they go to it, it doesn't work. It looks horrible. Mm-hmm. And then when they go away from it and they do what Moore wants to do, it seems like they do a really good job. But, I think the coaches, I mean, I hate to say it, but I think the biggest question mark I have going forward is the coach. I don't trust him at all. Like, for example, the last drive of the game, you want to kill clock. You want to maybe score a final touchdown to win it, right? What does he do? He goes empty set shotgun
twice.
With Hurts. On the last drive, you got to run Barkley. And then you got a third down and you run the tush push when Barkley is running the ball great. Why are you not running? And then Hurts fumbles it and Barkley's lucky to cover it. It's like I don't understand this coach at all.
Yeah,
I don't.
You're telling me this is the last time I want to see the off-season program go. I know the practices, the training camp practices have been more demanding, but there is no way that you're having this many issues offensively. Hurts looked uncomfortable. I don't think he looked settled. I feel like this was all new to him for the first time because why these joint practices have more value over these preseason games? Why haven't these guys played at least a series or two, at least something to just make me feel better, make me happy? But yeah, right. This is the problem we had last year where, after you get a big run from DeAndre Swift, after you get a big run from Saquon Barkley, and then they go back to this, they have to dink and dunk with Jalen Hurts and do these specialized, plays that it seems like all these teams know what this offense does now. When it comes to Jalen Hurts keeping it, everybody knows that they're doing it.
He has to develop into a passer at this point. That's what he's going to have to do. Chris Kaufman, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, it's almost like they should have played in preseason. It's exactly what they should have done. I believe the first interception and the fumble, I believe that whole first quarter is not that it's not Jalen Hurts' fault for throwing it and not Cam Juergens for snapping or whoever, but the fact that you were so rusty, it really hurt. You had no playing time together. You come back, you're pinned back in your own end zone twice. I mean, you're in a bad situation. It's not smart coaching.
No.
And Hurts, I mean, I thought Hurts was all right. I didn't I think the one interception in the end zone was bad. That was on him. He's got to eat that and take that. But when push came to shove and you needed that final drive, Hurts once again delivers. And that's what he does. He may not always be perfect, but he will come up in big spots for you. He just will. Shay David Super Chat. He goes, Baun 15 tackles, 11 solo, 2 sacks. Whoa, sleeper game MVP, saved the defense in a lot of situations. Yeah, well, he played good. We're going to talk about the defense soon. For sure. Splendid thing for remember for 2 months. He goes, hard for our D-line to do anything when the field's so slippery. That slippery field reminded me of trying to catch Joey after he steals wives. Yes. Well, listen, I'm going to tell you this. I think you have a problem on the outside pass rush anyways. Because I just worry about those guys. But and then you take the field being slippery. That just doesn't make it any better.
The touchdown to Reed, the big touchdown to Reed, where Love was sitting there and threw the ball perfectly with no pressure. They showed Bryce Huff he had
slipped.
Pressure. He slipped twice. He got up and
he slipped
again.
And that allowed Love to step up. I agree with you. I agree.
Yeah.
Mouse, thank you for the super chat. Because Russ has its name written all over this game. Oh, I agree. I mean, my overall thing is this. I mean, I'm not going to focus on the negatives. I'm just bringing up the rusty part because it was evident early on in the game. But the defense played better this game than I thought they were going to. And I know we got some issues at the pass rush, but like Zach Baun, I thought he was fantastic. I thought Quinyon Mitchell, first game as a rookie, I thought he was good. Reed Blankenship was good. N'Kobe Dean had that pick six. He just dropped it. But I thought there were certain players on the defense that actually played pretty good. So I think that there's hope. You know what I mean?
I thought the DTs played good. I thought Jordan Davis didn't have. I know we got gashed a little bit in the run game here and there. Like Josh Jacobs, we pretty much shut him down, and then he started to come back a little bit. Obviously, when the offense started to have some bad drives later on, they started to gash us. But I thought Jalen Carter got held on a bunch of plays. Josh Sweat, I think, would have had a few sacks in this game. I mean, he was great, but the refs were horrible in this game. But Nolan Smith, nothing. I mean, locked up. Not really getting any pressures. I thought the corners played fast from start. I thought the corners played, as soon as a short pass happens, they're all 3-4 helmets to the football. I thought they all, as a team, I thought they progressively got better. Linebacker core. I think there's a lot of good. There's a defense. I can't put too much on the defense this game. I'm not. You really can't. Not. You really can't.
No, because they kept you in the game in the first quarter. You have no chance to win this game. This game could have been a blowout early if your defense doesn't hold Green Bay to 6 points. Steven Sanchez, thank you for the super chat. He goes, first watch party at the new place, new season. Rough start offensively, bit non-play in the preseason. Handed him 6-point lead early. Flag was agreed. And then we got to talk about Saquon because Saquon is everything I thought he would be, and then a bag of donuts. Wow. Saquon Barkley makes such a big difference for this team, man. And you could have given the ball. I know he had 26 touches, but my God, at the end of the game, they could have fed him more. He got better and better as the game went on. He looks great.
I agree. Totally agree.
CT Davis Super Chickens. Russ has nothing to do with Nolan and Huff not being able to set the edge or rush. I don't care what we got to spend to get Hassan Reddick back. They're going to have to figure that out. They're going to have to figure it out. But yeah, I thought Saquon was great. AJ Brown on that pass was a fantastic play. What a great play on that. And I think Devontae Smith. Devontae didn't score a touchdown, but he had 7 catches. But I don't know. Devontae Smith to me looks like he got faster this offseason, dude. He looks great.
Yeah, breaking tackle. Well, it's nice to throw to Devontae Smith in open space to actually get him open. Hurts had a couple, good ones in the second half to him by the end. I thought he did great. Yeah, they didn't score, but I'm saying, AJ Brown, you had these short passes for AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they turn the short yardage into first downs. And that's, let this offense work for you, man. These players can ball out. Just got to give them a chance. So,
yeah, I agree. JB, thank you for Super Chat. Was happy to see Dean flying around. Yeah, I thought Dean played a pretty good game. I think there was a little bit of, a couple of pass coverage things. But I think for the most part, I think Dean had a pretty good game, we still got to get some guys back. I thought Reed. Listen, we talked a lot about Reed Blanket. Reed Blankenship stepped up big time today too.
Oh yeah,
him and Baun were really, really good. You know, those guys.
Yeah,
were good.
Dean playing downhill, I think that's where he just is great. When he has to go in coverage, I think he lacks. I don't even know if he can even cover it all. We've seen it in training camp. We've seen it at the open practice. But Dean at flying, I mean, even almost had that pick six. We would have had a statue of him in the front of Philadelphia if he got that pick. We would have been celebrating. You know, if he got that
they would have blown
six.
that game open. That was going to blow the game open, man.
But the one thing I'll say this that you'll probably agree with is that the defense has got to take it. You know, Reed Blankenship had the one pick, but the defense has got to get these turnovers. Like we have to get that pick six, that fumble that Slay caused on Jacobs. They got to pick that up like that. These are game-changing moments. You know, it's the first game. I completely get it, but the turnover game, they got to take advantage of it. They got to make these plays.
No. Matthew said, Barkley reminded me we didn't have a run game really last year. Still went undefeated first half season. Yeah, Barkley was tremendous. They were trying to get like there were people in my chat like Giant fans were trying to like laugh early on in the game about Barkley. They shut up really quick.
You know when you dial up a pass for Saquon Barkley on the left side like that in the end zone, you know that's a Kellen Moore play. That's 100% Kellen Moore putting him on a linebacker. Linebackers have no chance. I mean, to have a back like that, dude, it's insane.
Yeah,
insane.
Exactly. Which is what really aggravated me why they didn't lean on him on that third down. Jolo says 500. And Joey, Saquon is seeing how good this O-line really is. He will be a touchdown waiting to happen behind our offensive line. I agree. I totally agree with you. Big Lou Davis Super Chat goes, tuning late, bunch of stuff we need to clean up. But Barkley with a hat trick. Go Birds. Yeah, he should have had 4 touchdowns, man.
Yes. Yeah.
He really should have. Richard Davis Super Chat goes, game reminded me of all the painful wins last year. It was you know, I knew it was going to be. I thought it would be high scoring. And I thought that it was going to be, you know, one of those games. I definitely did. So it's not a surprise to me at all that it went the way it did. You know, the surprise to me about this game is the start of how rusty the offense was and how the defense stepped up early. That's what really surprised me in a good way. That was really cool, you know. Hulk Mercenary, member for 40 months. Thank you so much. He goes, I think we'll be dominant team, just rusty now. I agree. They got to clean some stuff up, but you know, we'll see. You know, to me, I'm telling you, Nick Sirianni is what concerns me the most out of anything. I worry about him.
I mean, he can't look. He really can't look pissed off to me. Sorry to cut you off. He really can't look pissed off because this is what he brought into the first game. This was his plan, his off-season plan of not having these guys play in real life game situations. So you had one joint practice, really. And, you know, practicing against your own team only takes you so far, in my opinion. But the joint practice was one practice. The second day was walkthrough of the joint practice. So they got one joint practice against another team. Even Fangio even said it would be nice if we could face a few teams during, you know, a few, maybe 2 or 3 teams. Like, you know, this way you can see different looks and you can get better that way. But, you know, at this point, you know, it's just, he can't be pissed. I mean, that's what it is. Like, I can't stand looking at him sometimes now. So
I know he's got an Eli Manning face to me. Pinky up, David Super Chat goes, was surprised they didn't use Gainwell one attempt. Thank God.
He did good. That pass they gave to him, and he made one guy miss, the second guy miss. So that was good. You know what I mean? So
they used Gainwell correctly.
Yes. Even in the end of the second half, maybe this is what they're going to do now. They're going to take Barkley out like the end of the second half, which I was like, dude, you're trying to score, bro. Like, do you really want to downplay it now? Now put Gainwell back there. I didn't really like that much. Maybe to give Saquon a little bit of a rest, I guess, whatever, you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Zay Boogie Davis Super Chat. He goes, there's a lot of good to think about when looking at this game. Think about it. We scored 37 points when we're playing bad against playoff team. Imagine what we will do. No mistakes. Oh, I agree. There's a lot to build on. This game was always going to be a close game. This game was a tough game. This was not an easy game. Green Bay is a good team, and hopefully Jordan Love is okay. But, I mean, to me, they're a top 4 in a conference team. this game has huge implications in terms of playoff tiebreakers. It does. Bill Davis Super Chat goes, glad Philly hung on for the win, but can we collectively send good vibes to Jordan Love? Yes. Yeah, shout out to Jordan Love, man. I felt bad. That looked nasty, though. I don't know what it is. If they said someone's ankle, but, man, when you look at that play, it looked like his knee snapped to me. It looked
it didn't look like it was worse. I mean, he seemed, maybe there is, maybe a twisted knee, maybe overextension of the knee, maybe. I don't know what it was, but hopefully he's all right.
Hopefully he's okay. Kellen Moore needs to be the only one calling plays and game plan. Get rid of Nick's crappy plays. I agree. I would like to know how many plays were from Nick's playbook or what Nick wants to implement. Because some of the stuff I'm just like, why does this look like last year? And then at times it wouldn't. And then it would again, Mouse, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, are you and Joey really worried about Jalen? No. I'm not worried about Jalen. I don't think I said I was worried. I don't think we said that at all.
I think so. I think realistically it comes to the coaching. It really goes to the coaching staff of how they use Jalen. I think that's going to be like, it's not that Jalen doesn't have the talent. It's that I don't think if you're trying to get weapons for him and you want a supporting cast for him, use the supporting cast. Don't put it on Jalen Hurts' shoulders. Empty back set, like you said. Like, why even do that in red zone? Why even put it on? Like, just run the football, man. Like, I didn't
understand. There's like 4 minutes left, and they're an empty set shotgun. I'm like, what are you doing?
There are times where like Hurts is throwing short passes, completing them. Your receivers are doing the work in short yards to big gains, so they're getting those first downs, and you're running the football really well. And then they just start doing these keepers. They start, spreading out the defense, and really Jalen Hurts picking his poison on his progression. I think you're going to lose games that way. I don't think. Right. I think he couldn't rush to the outside. He couldn't rush. He could scramble outside at all. They were really containing him on the outside as the game went on. But I think if you put it all on him, this might not be the year where you have to put it all on him like that. That's why you pay $12 million for a running back. That's why you have Jahan Dotson now. That's why you have your 1A and 1B receivers down, Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, Calcaterra. I mean, there's plenty of weapons out there. Don't put it on his shoulders. And those, it really depends on those big moments, but they don't have to do that,
Yeah. Joshua, thank you for Super Chat, man. He goes, man, Barkley's worth every penny. This defense showed something special that can start brewing. Mitchell is the real deal. Going to be really difficult for cornerback number 2. Really exciting things. Only going to get better. I agree. I think it's only up. I think during the first 4 or 5 games of the season, I think the defense is going to have its moments. I think it's going to give up points. I think it's going to give up yards. I think it's also going to make good plays at the time, but they're going to get better as the season goes on. And by the time we get to the playoffs and late season, that's when I think the defense starts playing better. My expectations for the offense is, I think by the time we play Minnesota, I think they'll be much better than they were, early on. Yeah. We got about 1,400 people in the chat on both channels. Please hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Click the link. Go sub up Joey if you're on my channel. And thank you so much for being here. DXD, David Super Chat. He goes, send Avonte Maddox to Shanghai. Need Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah, I thought Maddox stunk tonight.
Do you want to keep Quinion on the? I'm actually happy because really, realistically, they couldn't put Keely Ringo. Even if Keely Ringo was next up, like they couldn't put Keely Ringo on the inside. I'm actually really glad they kept Quinion on the outside today because he's been playing nickel all of camp, and he's been switching back and forth.
I just keep him on the outside at this point. He played on the outside, keep him. But I would move Mitchell inside. I would either move Mitchell inside or I'd move DeJean and let him start. I get Maddox off the field. I don't think Maddox is good.
The one issue with Maddox is he can't cover tight ends. He can't cover big receivers, or at least, tall receivers. That's been like his really a size difference there with him. So,
yeah. Dean came to play. Salute 500. Salute to you, Aaron. Yeah, I thought Dean played pretty good.
Playing
that
nasty.
Pick 6 was like That pick six would have been awesome. And he hit that running back, that one shot. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was like, Dean, there you go. That's what I like.
Uh-huh.
You know, I think guys like Dean, I think they get a lot better as the season goes. I do. You know, what we got to get going is we got to get Huff going. We got to get Nolan Smith. You know, third downs, they got to be able to get sacks. Whether it was the, you know, excuse me, but whether it was the outside, you know, the slippery field, or just they need experience, they got to get it done, you know?
Yeah.
Steve David for Super Chat goes, we need some edge rushers. Sweat and Huff were no-shows all game. That's my concern going forward. It's going to be those guys. You know, we got what Baun had 2 sacks, but you know, those coming off blitzes, man. You're generating nothing else besides that. I thought Jordan Davis at times looked amazing, and then there were times where, you know, they were allowing big runs. But I thought early on Davis played really good. I thought Carter, you know, too many penalties, got to chill on that. But
yeah.
I mean, I think those guys will be fine.
Well, I think some of the runs too, like some of the linebacker Phil wasn't great either. I know Dean, I think, messed up on one of his you know, I don't know if it was the B gap on one of the runs that he kind of whiffed it. I don't know what happened. So I mean, this, like I said, like you said, it's a first game, you know. You know, you're in Brazil, you have a field that's I think the field was, I mean, watch closely when the cleats are just running on the field, like the field was getting torn apart. I mean, it was, I don't know, maybe you know, how about this? Well, what about Jalen Hurts? Like, do you think, like, you know, Hurts had to be careful in this game too? Was he more like, he didn't look fast in this game at all? And I think it's probably because he didn't want to overextend himself, and because, you know, you're going to take an easy sack if you slip or if something happens. I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll find out next week if that's the case. If there was a little bit of being a little cautious because of the field and what was going on. So I'm not really sure, but, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah, I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for Super Chat goes, Jordan Love injury reminded me of when Green Bay's Bryce Pop injured Cunningham in opener. Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it to me, it looked nasty. I mean, he was walking off. I hope he's okay, but it did not look good at all. It did not.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Let's catch up. The tush push has to go. You pay Saquon, let him walk. I know that third down goal. I don't know why did we do the push tush. I think everybody wondered, you know, was it Jason Kelce? Was it Jalen Hurts? And he could squat. Now I think, you know, it's Jason Kelce was a big reason that thing worked so well.
No, it's the and you know, if apparently you didn't practice it enough. Apparently you didn't do anything enough from how this offense looked at times. I'm sorry, but you know, it's right in front of our eyes. I don't care, slippery field or not. Not everything is going to be because of the field, and you know, some of these snaps were just not good. A couple of them weren't good, obviously. So
right, they were playing on the same field as we were. We got to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yes.
Eagle says it was an important game to grab the W. It wasn't pretty at all, but at the end of the day, a win is a win. Improvements will happen, and we need both sides of the ball to be better for week 2. I agree. I'll tell you the thing that impressed you. The thing I like about Jalen Hurts is that when it was 7 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game, you're up 2, you get the ball, and you basically kill the whole clock the rest of the quarter. Go down there and at least come away with 3. To me, that's when Jalen Hurts comes up clutch. That's what I like about Hurts. Yeah, he'll throw an interception here, maybe made a couple bad plays in the game, but when it mattered, he came up clutch.
Yeah. What was the biggest issue last year when the Eagles had a chance, like, you know, putting teams away? That was one of the biggest issues, and they would waste those series at times. So he did come up clutch when it mattered, no doubt. But a win is a win thing. It's only gonna last so long, because last year we were saying that for weeks, and you know, but you scored they scored over 30 today, which was great. You know, we knew this was going to be a back and forth game. I didn't think it was going to be a blowout. You faced a really good team, like you said. Like, when it comes to the playoffs, this could be a team you could be meeting down the road in time. So, you know,
right. Gary Davis Super Chat goes, we need better pass rush. Concerns at center. I'm not concerned at center yet. I think a lot of that with the fumble snap, I think that was rust. Pass rush, yeah, that's something I'm concerned about. I'm concerned about.
Agreed.
Shine Davis Super Checks. Nolan Smith would have had 3 sacks if the field wasn't butt cheeks ice arena. Well, the only way we'll know that is next week. They go out and they start getting sacks, and then I definitely could say you're right.
Yeah, we don't know.
I know it definitely affected them on some level.
Yes.
I definitely think that. How much? That's the question. Radiation Boss, thank you for the super chat. He goes, I'm sorry, Jalen played bad. Glad we got the win. There were times where I thought he played bad. There were times where I thought he was good. But he's got to be better than that with the interceptions.
And then he's, I think one thing that annoyed me was like he was on the sideline. He just looked so sad. You had Malata and Dickerson going up to him, like he just looked so like done. I don't know, not done, but
it's the coach, dude. It's the coach.
God damn, dude.
I think they're installing plays from last year into the offensive game plan. He might not be calling the plays, but he's putting them in that playbook, and he don't want to run them. That's what I think. We'll see. Atlanta's going to be a good game too. That's a tough game. I do like the Eagles. That's Kirk Cousins on Monday Night Football. He usually loses, but let's see how much better the offense and defense look, because you're at home. It'll be a Monday night. You're basically getting a lot of days off here right now before your next game.
Yeah.
So they should look much better.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah. U2 J Capital says he almost scored 40. He didn't play bad. He had mistakes. Hopefully he learns from them. Yeah, I don't think he played bad. I think at times he made some mistakes. I think there were sequences that looked really bad. Like for example, you had a 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line late in the game, right? You had just run Barkley for 8 or 9 yards or whatever, and then got a first down. You come out, instead of giving Barkley the ball, they go empty set shotgun. Oh, no. The first play, they instead of giving it to Barkley, Hurts keeps it, loses 2 yards. Next play, they go empty set shotgun. He almost throws a pick 6 on the sideline. All right, the guy dropped it. And then on the next play after that, what did he do? He did something else. I forget if that was a turnover then, or they didn't go anywhere. He threw a turnover in the end zone. So he almost throws a pick 6, comes back, throws the interception in the end zone. Instead of just running Barkley and getting away from it, like there were sequences like that where the play calling looked like last year, and it would be like 2-3 plays in a row, and then they would switch it up, and then they would move the ball again. So I really wonder how much of an influence Sirianni's still having in that offense.
It seems like it is. I mean, why don't you want to give him a safety blanket? Why won't you give him a running back? I mean, something in the backfield where he at least feels like he could have another target back there in case he's in trouble. Even there was a couple plays where he escaped. There was one play where he escaped out of pocket. I think it was like the 3rd quarter. I think had all the grass in front of him. That was the throw to Johnny Wilson that was going nowhere. It was like that weird throw to Johnny Wilson on the right sideline that went nowhere. So he had all that grass in front of him. Didn't run. I don't know why. I'm hoping they're not handicapping him from doing specific things. I don't know, but it's not really hurt. Like there's 2 sides to it. It's Hurts playing a bad game or an on and off game because of sequences of original plays that we used last year. But on top of it, it's the coaching staff either is going to make Hurts successful in this offense or he's going to be a total failure this year. And it won't shock me if they keep the same plays going into next week. It's just not going to work on everybody. Like I think the read option is being read all the time. How many plays do they have under center today? How many plays do they have under center? They ran a lot of that in training camp. I don't even know if they ran a lot of plays.
They started out with it, but I don't know what it was at the end of the day. Like I said, the last drive you had like 4 minutes left, and you're driving down the field, and they go empty set shotgun, and I'm going, why are you in an empty set shot? Now nobody's worried about you running, and it just was stupid. Things like that just made no sense. So they've got to clean all those things up, But listen, Jalen Hurts came up when he had to come up. That's how I look at it, So I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Hulk Mercer, David Super Chat. He goes, "Did you see Carter's Insta story?" I did not. What was Carter's Insta story about? There was no preseason in the crappy field. We got to win. No bad injuries on a crappy field. Be happy. Oh, very happy. Very happy with the win. There's no question about it. No question. Philly, let's talk about how awful those refs. Oh, my God, those refs were horrible. I mean, there was a play where they literally, tackled and held Jalen Carter back by the neck. They don't call a penalty. Then the very next play, they call a weak pass interference on us. It was like things like that, dude. They were bad tonight, I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was really bad. Really bad.
Yeah.
The ref fucking got hurt today. You see the ref slipped and got hurt?
Yeah.
He slipped today. He's not even playing.
But I mean, listen, at the end of the day, there are times where this offense looks so potent that I don't know how anybody's gonna stop them once they get going. Once they get all that rust off and they start narrowing down what they like to do and stuff, they're scary because they didn't play their best football, and look, they still put 34 points on this team, dude. It's crazy. Trey says, Mr. International, I think Mark is saying he's better. I'm not sure. Freddie Davis Super Jake is not looking good for Devin White. Thoughts on him? I still want to see Devin White play for this team. I still think he could be good, but I thought we got some good work out of our linebackers today, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
DXD Davis Super Jake goes, Brian Johnson, Sean Desai were yes men to Nick Sirianni. Hopefully these veteran coordinators won't take the nonsense and make adjustments. I think they'll definitely make the adjustments. I do. I'm really not worried. I'm not really worried about Hurts. I'm not worried about the rust. What the only thing I worry about slightly, and maybe it is the field, but I still worry about the edge rushers. That's what scares me going forward.
Yeah. We'll see if we have. I mean, it's just not enough production. We might have to just give that. We might have to give it somewhat of a pass and just say let them go on a drier field and see if they can get their footing a lot better in this technical home opener against the Falcons and just see what they could do, because it's hard to really analyze that when your quarterback could stay in the pocket. The quarterback could stay in the pocket a lot longer, make these big passes, and you can't even do anything. So I think we saw some good things from Josh Sweat. Not like the numbers were up there, but he was getting pressure. The DTs were getting pressure because there were times where Jordan Love threw some bad passes in the second half, some underthrown balls. He threw some bad passes behind the receiver, but he was throwing off his back foot a good amount of times. The DTs, Moro Jomo had a couple pressures today. DTs, I think Milton Williams, had a missed tackle in the backfield, but I thought all of them. I thought the DTs did really good. It's really the edge. Who is your closer, dude? If you don't have to blitz, if you don't have to dial up these blitz packages, who is going to be that guy that you could count on? Do we have him right now? Yannick Ngakoue is still out there. There's got to be somebody out there.
But yeah, I mean, overall, yeah, you beat Green Bay, a playoff team, a top 4 team, in my opinion, in this conference. So, I don't think we could kill this team too much. We got to be happy about this win. We got to fix up some things, and I think they'll be good to go. Miles Davis Super Chat goes, my Super Chat was missed. I apologize. Let me see if I can find it. Here you go. Thank you for Super Chat. He goes, my hope is that having new coaches equal adjustments. I think I did read this one. Yeah. We hope so, and I think we will definitely make adjustments. I'm not worried about that. I think that'll happen. I shine David Super Chat. He goes, them Cowboys was hoping we lost nothing. They won't beat the Browns defense of Cleveland on Sunday. I agree. I got the Browns winning that game. Hogset Entertainment, thank you for the super stick. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I hope Jalen Carter doing all right. I think. What's up with Carter's Instagram story? I don't understand what.
He apparently got death threats from a Packers fan because they think that he injured him on purpose or something. I don't know. That's.
He didn't injure him on purpose. That wasn't on purpose. The guy was staying up, fighting down. I mean, what's he supposed to do? You know?
Yeah.
The hell with that shit. You know? Dude, they owe us from Bryce Pop. I'm sorry. You know? It's crazy. That's crazy talk. He didn't try to hurt anybody.
Mm-mm.
You know, it's crazy. I mean, so we'll see. The team that beat Dallas at home in the playoffs after 16 straight home wins, they look like they did last year. Laugh out loud. We're talking about Green Bay?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, listen, I thought Green Bay, I still think they're a good team. And I think the Eagles beat a really good team tonight. Ginger Rogers, thank you for Super Chat. Goes, congrats to you all. Saquon shine. Thank you so much. I know Giant fans have to be sick, dude. If you're a Giant fan, you gotta be like, oh my God, this is making me so sick. There's gotta be reactions out there to watch because I would love to see it, dude.
I mean, with Saquon, it takes, I mean, he's a home run hitter every time he has the balls in the ball in his hands. Like any moment he could break for one. And it's happened, almost happened that 167-yard, whatever it was, that I think that long run he had in the second half, that one, he almost, from AJ Brown, just had a little bit more of a block downfield. He would have been gone. I mean, it's like,
I know,
it's crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's funny because as sloppy as this offense played, they still put up 34 points.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what they're going to do when they're in rhythm? They're going to be scary. They're going to be scary. Beauty is her name. Says, go down, stop staying up. That is for all players. Big ups to Love for trying to compete and play and get the win. Sometimes you just have to go down. Yeah, I mean, that's why he got hurt, because he stayed up and he was trying to fight for, to keep the play alive, which, you give him credit for. Never stress it. Thank you for Super Chick. Goes, what do you think about Mitchell's first game? Love you guys. Keep it going, flavors. I thought Mitchell was fantastic. For a rookie, I thought he was fantastic. He was talking shit to Watson. Mitchell impressed me a lot. I was very happy with Mitchell. I wouldn't even move him from that outside spot at this point.
It's tough, but they're going to have to, unfortunately. And, hopefully Isaiah Rodgers can come right in next week and play really well. Let's see if there's a difference now at nickel, if Quinyon will be better than, Avonte Maddox, and having Isaiah Rodgers back for his first game after, being out the whole entire year and being with the Eagles this offseason. So I think they get better that way. I think you have an upgrade at nickel now and on the outside maybe. But I think Quinyon was great. He just had a lot of swag, dude. He was just, I loved him just talking. You said he was talking shit to Watson. That was great, man. Couple really good games. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. The defense held up today. If the defense didn't hold up, they would have lost this game, hands down.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's crazy. I almost forgot this. John, the Don, member for 5 months. Thank you so much. He goes, it's time for K-Mac. Oh, we got a little time for that. I think we got a few weeks. And he goes, and they're threatening Carter. That's ridiculous. Threatening Carter. There's no way Carter tried to do that on purpose. He was just playing the play. Hogset Entertainment, thank you so much for that super sticker, my man. Appreciate it. I think that's crazy. Thank you for super sticker. Goes, now let's trade Pickett to Green Bay, right? Oh my God, I would love to get him. I don't want.
Was Zach Baun the back? Well, sorry, not Zach Baun. Was McKee the backup today?
I don't know.
I think he was. I think McKee was the backup today. Yeah,
was he really?
I saw him warming up. Yeah.
Interesting. So, who would your MVPs for this game be? Mine would be Barkley and Baun.
Yeah, Baun and Barkley. Yeah. Those are the two that really stood out by a mile. Yeah.
And I think Devontae Smith, man, he looks faster to me than a year ago. And he had 7 catches, like 80-something yards. But if you look at his he made some really big catches and got some real big first downs.
Yeah.
Dude. He had a great game.
Where most of the time where he would get tackled immediately because of his size, but he broke a few tackles on a couple of those catches he had. I thought he played really.
He did. I thought Devontae was good, man. Yeah. Billy, thank you for Super Chat goes, now we're just waiting for Dak to sign and pop the question to his longtime girlfriend. Have a feeling Mark will say yes. Oh, Mark already has been practicing his speech. I'm sure he will say yes. Now, Philly D, thank you for Super Chat, my man. He goes, thanks, my man. Thank you. There's no question. Philly potential trade targets, Tyree Wilson drafted by the Raiders last year. Report says they are unhappy with developments. Maybe a bargain. Also, where's I don't know where Pizzle is. I don't know. He's hiding out somewhere in the boonies, but I'm not sure. Nick Davis Super Chat goes, I won't stress on our outside D linemen getting pressure as they have to get certain angles to move past the O line. It's just bad field, I believe. Yeah, we'll know more about that next week. I'm not gonna over worry about that yet either. Let's see how it goes next week. I think those things will come. I think there's a lot of rust that the Eagles knocked off tonight.
I think like I said, like we can overreact on certain things. I think some of the play calling we can, kind of, by sequence of what they were trying to do, that has nothing to do with the field. This is technically play calling. But when it comes to like these little things, whether it's a bad snap or it's something really small, like you said, it's just gonna take more time. Let them play a couple games, see what happens. Next week it's a week's in the books now. Another week of practice, another game on Monday night, some extra rest. So we'll see where we are at that time. So
yeah. A message from Golden Eagle: Packers had a lot of drops, which is how we won a lot of games last year. There was some drops.
It helped both. It helped on both sides, though. Like it wasn't driving. Yeah. Everyone was slipping on the field. It happened, but there were some bad passes by Jordan Love in the second half. Like, you can't just pick one side to this.
Some of the bad passes he made was when you got good push up the middle. The push up the middle made him get rid of the ball early, and he made some bad throws. Never stress it. David Super Chat goes, I think he has the grit. We have been missing. Only thing that can make this better is if Cowboys lose. Defense wasn't that bad, right, Joey?
What?
Defense wasn't that bad.
No, defense. I honestly I thought it was going to be vice versa. Like I thought like the offense was going to just go crazy, and I thought the defense was going to go through their growing pains. But I was actually really surprised by how young the defense is. New coordinator, and it seems like Fangio has got them going in a really good direction. Seems like he's got every person where they should be. Right. You're getting a lot out of your first round pick in Quinyon Mitchell. I'm so glad. Like, not saying I wished Isaiah Rodgers was hurt, but I'm saying the opportunity was there to play on the outside, and I thought it was really nice. Like, the question is now, like Cooper DeJean, he did play. I don't know how much he played today. I don't think it was much. So I know that Fangio said that he wasn't, he was up to speed where he should be now in case of just how much time he's missed, but not fully. So, Philly, where do you think Cooper? Even when Chauncey went down, they put Tristan McCollum in over DeJean. So, where do you think DeJean will be put? In a matter of time,
in the slot. I think he's gonna be the slot corner. I think that's where they're probably going to play him. So I think he goes right in the slot. I think a few weeks from now, you see Mitchell on the outside, and I think you're going to see DeJean starting to slot over Maddox. I really do. So we'll see. Cam Davis goes, for the first time in years we have a bad run defense. I don't think the 3-4 is good for us. Our D line is made for 4-3.
Not this year.
I like the 4-3 also. I do. But they're gonna run a lot of 5-man fronts too. That's what they do. Nicholas Davis Super Chat goes, hide your wife, Joey's out there and it's dark.
Yeah, it's dark. We don't have enough right now. I don't know. Maybe we do. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't think so, but like I said, I think they still need help. It's really that edge, as you said. That's really the glaring thing that, we're getting pressure up the middle, but on the edge, it's not really great. I don't even know Jalix Hunt didn't play at all today either, right? It's another guy that didn't play today.
No, I didn't see him. No.
Yeah.
Hey, Zeus hits David Super Chat goes, Hurts has to learn just to run and throw it away. Agreed.
I agree.
He'll get there. Beast, David Super Chat goes, Packers fan, I can't take another Brett Hundley type season. Good game. I think we will be fine as long as Jordan Love is. Please don't let Dallas win the East. We won't. I think Jordan Love will be okay. It looked like, I mean, he was walking off. It looked like he was putting weight on it. So hopefully he'll be okay. You know, it won't be anything too serious. Because I think Green Bay is a top 4 team in the conference with them.
I agree.
Yeah, Slay was targeted some. Slay caused a nice fumble. It went right to the Packer. Couldn't.
It sucks. They got to get these turnovers, bro.
I know that, and then pick 6. It would have been a walk-in pick 6 for N'Kobe Dean. Crazy, right? It was crazy. Yeah, Hunt has an oblique injury, I believe.
Yeah.
You can walk with a torn. Yes, you can. I walked on a torn ACL for about 3 months. So you can walk on a torn ACL. That is true. That is true. Yeah, but he was sitting on the sideline. So, I mean, we'll find out. It didn't look good. It looked like it snapped at his knee. That's what it looked like. But hopefully he'll be fine, you know. So we're 50 minutes in, but, you know, it's late. Is there anything else, man, that you wanted to say? Anything else you want to talk about before we go and get on out of here for the night?
Yeah, no, I think this was a learning experience for a lot of these players, and a lot of young guys on this team, and a first game that's against a really good team, and the situations that we're in Brazil, and finally coming home, and we got to deal with that the rest of the year, and we'll see what happens, going in, when the Falcons come to Philadelphia in the actual home opener, and we'll see what we got. Some things they need to clean up, no doubt, but I thought it was a good game. It was back and forth. We knew it was going to be back and forth. So,
yeah, I think the defense played actually better than I thought they were going to play, because I think they saved the game in the first quarter. That the offense was way rustier than I thought that they would be. But at the end of the day, I thought they got it going. And I thought they played pretty good. Still a little, a lot of things to fix. But for the first game, I think it was great. I thought Baun on defense, Saquon Barkley was a monster. And I think the Eagles, man, hell of a night for the Birds. That's for sure.
You think Jahan Dotson will have more of an opportunity? Do you think he's still?
I hope so.
Learning, just not enough time, maybe.
Yeah. I think you got to give it to him. You got to give him a few weeks. I mean, it's just like this is the first time they were on the field together. So I think we'll see them be a little better next week against Minnesota, and then I think by week 4, week 5, we'll start to gel. I
agree. I hope so.
So I think we'll be fine. A lot of hope. I mean, like I said, this was a huge game early in the year. There's no reason they got Minnesota. No, they got Minnesota. They got Atlanta. They should win that game. They got New Orleans and Tampa. They should start off 4-0. The Packers are better than all those teams. They should start off 4-0 this year. So that's what I'm expecting. 4-0.
Agreed.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for being here. If that's it, man, I guess we'll get on out of here, Joey.
Yeah, whatever you want. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, guys. Well, with that, we are out of here. I got to do a cigar video still, so you'll probably see me late tonight. With that, we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off! It's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to feed the Lamb! Trying to feed the Lamb! You tried to feed the sea Lamb! You got to give it to C. Lamb! God! It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk. It is killing me.
I feel it coming. You gotta do something. I feel like it's gonna take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.